Hello everybody, welcome back to Sport Federation TV. JP Nordia here. I'm standing in for Len Yukta-Chetty, and of course we look at what happens in the world of sport in the Western Cape. And one of our partners at the Western Cape Provincial Sport Confederation, as well as the WEXA structure, which is the academy for sport in the Western Cape, is Dr. Mike Postemus, one of my old friends and head of sports science, high performance. Mike, welcome to Sport Federation TV.
Thank you, JP, and thanks for having me.
All right, you and I have been in the world of sport in and out for a long time. You've actually come from the community sport, but you're at this high level now of high performance. You're at sports science. Just tell us, like, if you look at the last, say, 20 years of sport, do you think that there's been a change in performance? I know it's probably a stupid question, but do you think there's a change in performance in relation to sports science today?
A change in performance, certainly. So sports performance is always progressing. There's technology in sport.
Yeah.
There are training methodologies. And as science is coming out and science is driving these practices, we are seeing better performances. So we see this across the board in all sports. Records are constantly being broken. Athletes are constantly getting stronger, faster, better.
You talk about science is driving it. I mean, how do you guys do that on a daily basis? What is it that makes science move forward? Is it clinical trials? Is it drugs? Is it testing?
No, so that is a key component of what we are at the Sports Science Institute, and specifically what drives our practices at the High Performance Center.
Yeah.
So all our practices are driven by best practice science. What that means is that we keep up to date with the most recent scientific literature, and we implement the scientific literature to ensure that we are implementing best practice. So our practice is constantly evolving based on what the scientific literature and research is coming out telling us.
So are you guys sort of on top of what's happening in Australia and America globally? I mean,
so globally, there are several universities and sports science units all over the world, all publishing, and they're publishing within scientific journals, and everybody within the field or should keep up to date with the most recent scientific literature.
So do you spend a lot of time reading?
Yes, we do. Within our unit, for example, we constantly have continued ed with our team, where we share the most recent scientific research.
Yeah.
We share it amongst our team. We sit and have specific meetings,
So
journal clubs.
A lot of homework behind the scenes.
There's a lot of homework behind the scenes. We are tightly linked to UCT's Division of Exercise Science and Sports Medicine. In actual fact, the whole Sports Science Institute is functionally merged with the University of Cape Town.
So if I come to sports science, I know I'm going to get some of the world's best sports scientists looking after me.
100%.
Okay, all right. That's the correct answer. That's the answer we're looking for. All right, we've ticked that box. Okay, Mike, so the next thing that I wanted to speak to you about, folks, incidentally, we're speaking to Dr. Mike Postemus. He's the head of high performance at the Sports Science Institute in Newlands, and of course the Sports Science Institute has partnered with the Western Cape Provincial Sport Confederation to help our athletes get to the next level. Mike, if in a typical scenario now, let's say I'm a runner and I'm running the 100 meters in 12 seconds. Now I come to sports science and I say, guys, I need to get faster. I want to try and, when I come and knock on your door, what would be the first thing that you guys would look at? Obviously, there's, from a sports science high performance, there's a million things you look at, but what are the kind of starting points for a high-performance scientist such as yourself?
So as soon as we have an athlete coming to our unit, we've obviously got a team of highly skilled strength and conditioning experts that are all biokineticists. And I think a few weeks back you had Neil in here, who was one of our experts.
Yes.
So if an athlete does come to us, we would start off with a consultation, and a consultation will involve sport-specific testing. So we've got testing batteries for every single sport. So you mentioned the case of a sprinter. A sprinter would come in, you would perform a specific sprinter's testing battery, and obviously go through a thorough consultation with one of our experts. After the consultation, the expert will develop a specific individualized training program for that athlete based off the results of their testing that was performed within the consultation. and they are then able to perform their specific individualized program. They're either able to perform that within our gym, which is a highly specialized high performance gym facility, or they can execute their training program wherever they are, wherever they train if they're not Cape Town based.
Some of the federations from the Confederation through the WEXA structure and under the guidance of Wayne Waits has joined you guys at Sports Science, specifically teams like tug of war and netball and so on. Just give us a little bit of an idea. What did they have to do under your watchful eye, so to speak, when they were there? Because I wasn't there.
Yeah. So the first team we had in was the tug of war team. They came in and we designed a specific testing battery for them. As I mentioned, we do specific testing batteries for each sport. To give you an idea of that, because of the nature of the movements they perform when they do tug of war, they performed a 3RM deadlift, which is the most weight you can pick up for 3 repetitions. That gives you an idea of their absolute strength. So that is only one test that they performed within a battery of approximately 10 tests. And the tests included everything from upper body strength to upper body endurance, lower body strength and lower body endurance.
Right.
Because obviously endurance being, sorry to interrupt you, obviously endurance being a critical component of tug and war as well.
Yeah, so that's quite interesting. So you actually would have used a specific type of exercise that connects to that specific type of sport. Obviously, maybe in the netball, you wouldn't have been doing deadlifts.
Exactly,
okay,
100%.
Maybe jumping higher.
They would have, for example, done a yo-yo aerobic test to measure their endurance.
Mike, just a final thing. You also got the what you call ripped.
Yes.
This is a new division of sports science, slightly different from the gym side of things. Just tell us a little bit how does the ripped fit in with sports science, and is it available to the public?
Well, what ripped is, it's basically a class available for the general public to come and join. They join it as a membership, and it is a high intensity interval training program that happens within the high performance gym at the Sports Science Institute.
Is there someone to look after you while you're doing
that is very important. So under the guidance of our expert biokineticists, all of the class instructors are all biokineticists, and as I mentioned, everyone in our unit is specifically strength and conditioning specialists. So it's all under a tight, watchful eye.
So if I'm a mom or a dad and I think that my husband, wife, kid has got the potential to increase their athletic ability and maybe get forward in the sport movement in South Africa, would you recommend coming to sports science? And is that door open for people to come and look for consultation and come train and rip?
100%. So the thing about sports science is for everybody. So it's excellent for the whole family, for the mother to train in the fitness center. If they've got children that have specific sporting aspirations, to come across the high performance division, get a consultation, train within our gym.
Mike, thanks for that. We look forward to having you guys back on board. And again, big thanks to the folks at Sports Science for supporting the Confederation and WEXA, our academy system, and the athletes in the Western Cape.
Well, thank you very much for your support from CISA and allowing us onto the show and telling everyone about what we do.
Right, folks, when we come back after the break, I'm going to give you an opportunity to win yourself a case of Bashu's cool drink. All right, as I mentioned earlier on, they've been around since 1899. You remember they used to drive past your house with the little truck, and then you get your cool drinks. Anyway, I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. Coming up after the break, I'm joined by 8th Dan, full contact Kyokushin Kai Shian Kenny Aiton Bogart, as well as one of the competitors, local competitors, Korne Furi. They're on their way to go and compete in the World Championships in Japan next week, where there will be close on 1,400 full contact competitors taking part. We'll look forward to that interview. Something close to home. I'll see you after the break.